Hey, Mike Callahan here. Had a quick question submitted. I'm going to read it here off the screen, so if I'm looking a little sideways at first, that's why. But hey, Mike, you should do a video on dealing with what to say when people say your price is too high. And gentleman said he's watched a few videos in the subject matter, but none of them dealing with the service industry specifically or even landscape maintenance. I think a lot of people would love to hear how you approach this speed bump and how to land more jobs. I think the first thing is way before we even go to the sale, we need to be proactively educating our service market. Some of the approaches to do this, easy way to do it is on social media. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We should be constantly posting 3 to 5 times a week, just like I'm with these educational videos, and create yourself as a topic expert. These need to be free, valuable pieces of information to educate your potential consumers and consumers how to do the service themselves and the appropriate steps they should take. The second step is reach out to your local news stations. They're always looking for a topic expert to talk about in the winter and up northeast about snow removal. All over the US and Canada, different things like fertilization and weed control. If there's a drought, how to handle that. How much should you water your lawn? There's a ton of different things that these news outlets are looking for someone to provide free and valuable information and not coming on the news station for a sales pitch. So that's the second attempt. So we got social media and we've got news outlets. The third attempt is through an automated marketing system for email where we're providing free content to our consumers and potential consumers. We do this through automations and Service Autopilot where we segment our consumers in an automated sales pipeline. So if you request an estimate for lawn mowing, we're going to send you 3 emails teaching you how to do the lawn mowing yourself. And this is the important part, so notice this. In addition, we overcome any sales or price objections in the marketing material that's educating them. But it's not done in a sales pitch, it's done in an educational way. So before we ever get to Mrs. Smith's house to do a lawn mowing estimate, we are literally telling her, if a lot of the objections we get in our neighborhoods and in market is people don't close the back gate on fences and they're worried about their kids and pets running out of the backyard and getting hit by a car. So we proactively say when you hire a professional like Callahan's Lawn Care, we go take the extra step to close these gates to protect you, your family, and your pets. Another big price objection that we find is, what about when we want to skip the lawn if there's a drought? Most contractors just don't charge for that. Well, our company charges 50% if you skip a lawn mowing because you don't want to cut for whatever reason if the grass isn't growing because of a drought. And we explain why we do this, because we don't overbook our schedules and it allows us to have the appropriate time to take care of your property. And we don't take too many customers because we'd have to take a lot more if we didn't charge for skips. So in order to give you the best possible service and have enough allotted time to beat your property when we do it, if you care to skip the lawn, we ask for a 24-hour advance notice, and we're going to charge you 50%. So if it's a $40 cut, we're going to charge you $20 to cover our fixed and variable costs associated with that to save your spot on the schedule. So we've overcome the objection of us charging extra for a mowing that we're not even going to perform. And there's many other things that we do, but those are the big hitters. We need to be proactive before the sale to overcome any of the objections as far as service objections or price objections. So anything that people may be questionable hiring you about, we're going to address them and overcome them before we even give them the estimate. Done awesomely through automations because you can replicate yourself through video just like I'm doing here answering this question. So that video can be attached to an email and the customer can click on it and listen to you each and every time the same exact way, and you can provide your message in a standardized format. And then the last thing is a lot of people in our industry either don't want to make phone calls or they don't want to do the extra steps. So a lot of really successful companies in the lawn care industry will, once they get an estimate request, I'm going to grab this here, send something out in the mail. So whether you're dropping it off in person or in the mail, we actually have a branded book here that we send them. And it goes over our company history and what we're about and our profile. And it goes through all the services we offer, what's included, what's not included. And we go through every service. And as we go through this book, we're overcoming some objections. We give them a copy of our pesticides license and a copy of our $2 million liability insurance for the business and our commercial auto policy up front without them ever asking. So why is your price a little bit higher than ours? Or the other prices we're getting? Well, we do things right, and we have insurance, and we have licensing, and we are taking the steps to protect you and your family. So these are costs of doing business that are included in that price, where the other people who may be getting estimates aren't doing these things and playing by the rules. So we overcome that price objection and sell at a higher price because we take the time to do this. And in addition, we add in some of our testimonials, handwritten testimonials, actual pictures of them in this booklet. We mail this out with the estimate or in person, and we give this to the consumer, and they can take this and hold it and feel it. So I know we're really big on automations, emailing, and electronic things, but sometimes people want to hold and feel something. And this can differentiate yourself and just solidify that you are the expert, and it's okay to pay a little bit more because you're getting a lot more. And we're right from day one, the first impression, we're letting them see that. So price isn't the biggest factor. It's overcoming the price objections and the sales objections up front, differentiating yourself and being proactive to make yourself a topic expert and the expert in that service, and creating a higher perceived value before the service is ever estimated or provided. Any questions or comments, drop below. I know it was a little long-winded answer, but this is something I'm passionate about. This is the way that you can sell your services at a higher price and overcome people bringing up why is your price so high? Because you're going to justify the price, whatever it is, to charge up front, and people are going to be ready to sign on the dotted line before you ever get them the price, because you provided free content and value before you ever got to the conversation price. So leave your comments and questions below, and curious to see what everybody has to say.